everyone, this is your Juneja and I welcome you to Your Stories with Juneja. Today our topic is breaking barriers. We're going to talk about an entrepreneur's journey who has been part of startup culture as an employee and who started her own startup. Learn and adapt. Welcome Yashika to our show.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you for having me.
I'm really glad today that she's on our show today. She's very inspiring. She is one of the most inspiring one that I've come across, and when we talk, she has all entrepreneurial inspiration and ideas, and she keep, passing the vibe to other people so that people can also feel that. And so yeah, it's great. I'm glad that I have you on the show today. I would like to start today that, I've read your profile, I've gone through it, and though right now you're an entrepreneur, but you started working, in your career with startups. And all you have worked, just with startups and not any big companies or MNCs.
Maybe they didn't hire me.
No. I'm sure you have all the capabilities that a MNC can hire you or a brand can hire you. But, what drove you to work with startups? I'm sure you might be quite young that time, what you are today. But what drove you and what was, inside you that you just wanted to work with startups?
I started my journey very early when I was in my teens, maybe, like when I passed out my college.
Okay.
So I randomly one day entered into one agency. I'll not name that, obviously.
Okay.
So it was just a very small setup and I was very intrigued to know what these people do.
Right.
So I started as a content writer. Though I'm not a good content writer, but I was just wanted to explore something. So I always thought with working in the startups, you learn a lot with different verticals.
Right.
Okay. As what I've heard from people in my group of friends or corporate people, that when you work in an MNC, you are just stick to one vertical.
Right.
Like it's a cycle.
Right.
They just put you in one cycle. You just have to ride it.
Right.
You can't just sit on another cycle.
Yeah.
But in startups, you can just enter into whatever vertical. You can talk to people.
Right.
You can just be open about it with your thoughts.
Right.
So I was very intrigued. I just want to work with the startup, and this is what I've been doing so far.
So yeah, obviously the experimentation is, too wide to explore, and also people give you that window and space that you can explore more in startups. Obviously that is always there with startups.
Yeah, because I thought when you are graduated, but after that you have to select your one domain.
Right.
So I never wanted to pursue my MBA. So I thought, why not to do my MBA in a startup?
Right.
There I'll figure it out whether I want to be in marketing, finance, operations, admin, creative, whatever.
Right.
So there I figured, okay, I am not fitting here, I am fitting here. Or this is what interests me, this is not I'm okay with.
Right.
So startup was my MBA.
Right. That's quite a say. Where you have learned from it. It was I think practical MBA that you've studied and you've experienced and all of that. So because you have been an employee, I'm sure you were doing good. You were earning good. Your journey was doing. It was good. Your journey was going well. But then what motivated you that you want to transfer a shift and find your niche, and how your transition has been. What motivated you from inside that now I don't want to be an employee, I want to become an entrepreneur? Because picking up entrepreneurship, it takes a lot of guts and action. It's just not that you just think about it, because people keep thinking about a lot of ideas, they keep talking about a lot of ideas over drinks, and tomorrow they'll forget it like it's a hangover.
Yeah, kind of. Okay, so I always had this thought from since childhood. Okay, I was very, very much, wanted to do something of my own.
Right.
Okay, maybe it's coming from my family, or maybe I was very much open to, while talking to people. So it was a very initial thought when I was very, very at my young stage, maybe in my school or college.
Right.
I always wanted to do something. I never figured it out what I want to do, but I was very intrigued to do something of my own. And apart from doing something of my own, I wanted to inspire a lot of people.
Right.
Okay, maybe very young people out there. It's okay. It's okay even if you are selling your story. It's a business.
Right.
Even if you're selling your cup. Okay, you just put a creativity to it.
Correct.
And it's yours.
Correct.
It's your thoughts.
Correct.
I think that is what like kept me moving.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think that, it's not necessary what maybe, whosoever is building whatever billion and million of businesses, but it's also important for our ecosystem where, wave of entrepreneurship has come, also to take up something, take action to it, and also inspire other people that you can also do it.
If you talk about doing in millions, billions, okay, if you know what you are good at, you can make millions.
Right.
Trust me. If you're lost, you'll never be able to.
So it's important to identify your niche.
Yeah. Whether you identify at your early stage, whether in your later stage, but it is very important to like judge where you stand.
Correct.
And I think everybody has something. They just need to find it.
Right.
Whether they find it in their very early stage.
Right.
So I think, as I said, I was talking to you the other day. As I said, if you do more and more fuck ups in your early age, it will reduce in your later journey.
Correct.
So do more and more fuck ups. It's very important.
So keep experimenting basically.
Yeah. Don't be afraid of failures. I think the more failures you'll accept, one day you'll be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell us more, because while taking up the whole entrepreneurial journey with you, I'm sure everybody faces, something which is a moment where you think that, am I doing it right? Should I be doing it? Should I pull myself, and should just, take up a job which has a regular income and all of that. So what kind of hurdle you experienced and, you thought ke, नहीं करती यार अब, or yeah, maybe what maybe pushed you के नहीं मुझे करना है.
Yeah, I was working for a company. I'll not name it again. They throw me out. So I don't know. I was very happy that day. Trust me. I was like, really, I never wanted to leave. I wanted to have a reason, So you gave me the reason. So now it is not on me. It is on you. It's like, okay, you throw me out now. I can figure it out.
Right.
I was very skeptical about the fact that whether I'll be able to start something of my own. But I always chose startup to work because deep down I wanted to learn every department and then fix it in mine.
Right.
So I still remember one day my boss was like, Yashika, I think there's no business coming in. I was not focusing on pulling in the business, rather than I was focusing on what it is like in the company.
Right.
Okay, what are the certain things which maybe I'll implement tomorrow. So I was selfish, maybe not. So yeah, challenges, definitely yes. One of the biggest challenges what I faced was there is always a male ego clash. I've always dealt with working with men ego sometimes, but sometimes they motivates also, but there's a very thin line, okay, where a woman is working in a corporate. There's a very thin line where you know where you need to pull back or where you need to behave or what certain topics you don't need.
So, tell me, Yashika, your journey has involved your jobs with startups, and obviously, in whatever jobs you are, we become comfortable with it, कि हर महीने की 1 तारीख को salary आ रही है. And then, taking up entrepreneurship and making sure that, people have confidence in you, that you will be able to give them salaries, you will be able to give them stability, you'll be able to give them that environment which they require it. So there is lot on you which you take up, So in the whole journey, you did not feel that, there is some kind of hurdle or challenge, or, you want to pull it back, or, go back to the job. I mean, how was it? And did you feel ever that, ये मैं क्या कर रही हूँ?
No, actually, as I told you, I always wanted to do something. So when I started, obviously I started from very scratch. I started from my hometown and in one room with a small table. And it was a lockdown.
Right.
And I was like, dude, now I don't have a job. and I can't sit idle. So let's just put it across. So one night I just sat and I just wrote it. And from there it was like, okay, you want to run an agency, but what it is like. You know you want to do business, and you know you have this product, and you know what the market it is like. But what will be the idea? How will you stand out? Okay, so I wanted to like help businesses to be online.
Right.
Those times were very difficult. COVID time. Every small business people were sitting home and they had no business. So I thought, okay, even my father, who is sitting idle, what if today his product was online? It was very easy. Okay, so I thought, okay, let's support small businesses, local businesses, help them promoting their product digitally. So there I got up with the brand name Business into Brand. Okay. So we'll help small businesses and we'll make it into a brand with our certain strategies and vertical. So that's how the agency name came across, Business into Brand.
But it kept you going. You did not feel any time ke yaar main kya kar rahi hu.
Yeah, definitely. During that time only, I was like, dude, I don't have much funds to invest in. But I was very confident. I was like, okay, let's focus on one product. My friend supported me. So I had a couple of friends who were doing business. They were like, okay, this is what you started. Let's just explore. So I picked their product. Okay. I had 2 clients back then. I was very dedicatedly working for them, and then I was like, okay, that was a pilot testing for me though. So I was, later on it kept me going, and I was like, okay, I think I'm fitting in between, and now I need to hire people. So initially I was doing everything. I was doing the creatives, I was making the websites, their logos, their content, their strategies, PR, advertisement.
That's a lot.
Yeah. For 2 clients that was okay, but then I figured, okay, maybe I am little less with creativity, but I'm good with strategically. So I hired 2-3 people, interns, and from internshala here and there.
Oh my God.
So that's how I started. It's like, okay, now I have a base. Now I will go live full-fledged. So that's how that was my journey. But a lot of people supported me. My parents supported me. I still know the names who supported me and who didn't supported me. I think who didn't supported me, that people makes me very fiery, and before sleeping it just haunts me.
कि नहीं और करना है मुझे,
और
it just
haunts me.
Right.
Those people was just haunts me. That okay, it's not that I need to prove to them, but somewhere it's still there.
I think it'll be always be there, and somewhere it works in your favor that I mean, I don't know, but I feel that sometimes it just keep you going, that how dare you doubt my potential,
Not to prove them wrong, but to make them understand. I just needed support.
Yeah.
I
just needed some support, like maybe not financially, but emotionally, that somebody tells you कि यार तू बहुत अच्छा कर रही है.
You just need a pat. Okay, I'm there, you go. That's it. Nobody needs anything. It's all yours. You will work, you will go to office, you will work. It's just that, okay, we have people who are supporting us. That's it. That's enough.
No, but that's wonderful, I think. I mean, that's a very big lesson that, when you start something and people support you, and you also realize who's not supporting you. So, I mean, that's I think, one of the lessons of growing up and adulthood, that, okay, what is happening? Like, it's not a surprise to you now, I feel.
I'm cool with it. Now I need more people who can doubt me. Because that will make.
But that's a wonderful say. I mean, it'll always make you grow in life. So yeah, I mean, but also tell me one thing, that in India, when we look at the facts, 22% of the female entrepreneurs, have their own businesses. But still it's a less number, I would say, though we are growing every year, and women entrepreneurship is now growing. But now, what do you think? Because you're working, and every day you are working with a set of men, which I feel is more in number than women, because with my experience, because I'm also working, when I enter a lift, or I am sitting in a sales meeting, I see 10 men sitting with me, but one or two female. So I mean, sometimes I feel it becomes, they doubt you saying कि तू इतना ही कर ले, काम कर, तेरे लिए इतना target रखते हैं. And I'm like, okay bro, like give me a break, I'm again this have same capability as you are, but obviously every time woman has been asked in an interview that when are you getting married, woman has been asked that okay, you're 30, 31, do you plan to have a baby, and then on those parameters also you have been hired. So I mean, when we come to entrepreneurship, what do you think that it's a male dominating industry, and have you come across something which you thought ke, my god, like what are you doing?
Since it's a male dominating society, everybody knows that in corporates the ratio is more of a male less than of a woman. I think it depends upon the skill. Trust me, it's if you have it, you show it, and you need to be scared. Okay, I think if you are focused enough that what you want, people will come. People will say, like, there will be a lot of comments. There will be a lot of odd comments that you are a female, you have to go by this hour, and who's backing you up?
Right.
Okay, why do you are a singlepreneur? Why don't you have a founder who is male who can help you?
Right.
Okay, so it's a barrier. It's a thing. But if you are confident, if you know you can do it, don't listen to anybody.
Right.
You just have to go.
Right.
And if people will support you, take it. Otherwise, drop it. Yeah, but definitely there are a lot of women who are scared, who are still scared. I just want to tell them, you need not to be scared. Right. You just have to go, put your work across, put your skill across, and if you see any false accusations or any false mishappenings going, you have to speak. You have to speak up. You just don't have to sit idle, and you don't have to be a crybaby.
Right.
What happened to me?
Yeah, don't be a victim, but talk about it.
Yeah. I think you don't be a victim. Be a warrior.
Right.
It's better that way.
Right. So I mean, coming to the end, I would want to know that do you have any story? Do you have any inspiration that motivates you and keeps you going?
Definitely, I read.
Don't be a victim, but talk about it.
Yeah, I think you don't be a victim. Be a warrior. It's better that way.
Right. So I mean, coming to the end, I would want to know that do you have any story? Do you have any inspiration that motivates you and keeps you going?
Just have to keep going.
Right.
So that's what keeps me motivated. I don't know what are my very years of a plan is,
right.
But I think I'm confident. I just want to do it.
Right.
I know it will not be a good one, it will not be a perfect one, but if I go home today and if I sleep, I'll be content.
Right.
I'll be like, okay, this is what I wanted to do,
right.
And this is what you did, and this is your plan for the next 6 months,
right.
or a year.
Right.
I think that's it. You just have to do it again. You just right. don't have to think about it. Don't think about it.
But put it
I
into
think
action.
It's better than done than not perfect.
Correct.
Let's be simple that way.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that, when you keep talking about it, you feel that you have something in your mind that, you might fail. But I feel until you try it and you actually do it, you don't even know that you will fail it or not. You can, create a success story from it. Yeah. So... yeah, I mean, thank you so much for, being our guest today. And it was...
my pleasure.
Pleasure having you. I'm so glad that you are here.
I hope it awakens some people, some female,
hope, yeah.
just to work out. Right. Just go and work. That's it.
Right. No, I'm really glad that you're here. I mean, just... not on professional level, but you inspire a lot of people on personal level also. And we would end our conversation here with Yashika today, and I would like to have her back sometime again and talk about some different topic. Do let us know how do you feel about this conversation. Maybe we can start and talk about some other topic that you would suggest, and tune in and subscribe to us.